Hello, my name is Jacqueline Ross, and today I hold the position of the Member of Government. To begin, I will be offering 3 rebuttals as well as 2 pieces of positive matter, which are the fact that advances in technology allow for cuts in military spending and the essential reasons why additional cuts are necessary. To begin, our Leader of Opposition states that through the Deficit Reduction Plan, we will be saving over $150 billion over the course of 10 years. This seems like a lot of money, but let me put it into perspective. As part of the annual $526.6 billion DoD budget, this $150 over 10 years is only a $15 billion decrease each year, or essentially 3 pennies on every dollar. How many times have you walked past that insignificant penny without pausing to pick it up? This is like decreasing your spending from $1,000 to $970. This kind of cutback is so insignificant and so entirely irrelevant that it's borderline humorous. Our Leader of Opposition then states that we have the greatest military in the world. I'll grant her this statement, but sustaining or increasing our current military spending will not necessarily make us a stronger nation. On the contrary, debt makes us weak. Under the current administration's budget, our national debt will increase from $17 trillion to $25 trillion by 2024. 6 years from now, the interest alone we are spending on our national debt is projected to spike from $223 billion to $800 billion. That's more than 160% of the entire DoD budget. Strengthening our overall budget and decreasing our national debt gives us the freedom and flexibility to do what we need to do when we need to do it, and that's the bottom line. The Leader of Opposition then states that the proportion of added costs is outweighed by long-term goals to spend more now and have financial security later. Sure, if I spend $10 now to save $20 later, it's a good idea. But how exactly do you quantify security? The purpose of the DoD is to provide military forces needed to deter war and protect the security of our country. Our goodwill efforts, I'll give you one example, the war in the Middle East. As we can see, Afghanistan is falling apart. Our goodwill efforts aren't doing us any good, and evidently they don't want us there. Iran is imposing its influence on Iraq, and Al-Qaeda is moving in, and we gain no benefit from continuing our military presence in these areas. We need to pull out our troops, cut back our losses, and ensure that we lose no more American lives on Afghani soil. Of course, ensuring troops are paid fairly is no topic of debate, but we should be putting the safety of their lives as our top priority. My first piece of positive matter addresses the fact that the money we can save through technological advances. Every year, technology becomes cheaper, and we are able to spend less to defend ourselves. Fewer soldiers are needed to operate naval ships, and drones are becoming cheaper and cheaper to both operate and maintain. And as controversial as drones may be, through their use we are ensuring our soldiers' safety and ensuring their families that they will not be losing a precious family member through their service to this great country of ours. My second piece of positive matter addresses the fact that additional cuts are essential to ensure the healthy continuation of our nation. The nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office released documents stating that our annual budget deficit has decreased significantly in the 2014-2015 fiscal year. But by 2016, our current policies and expenditures will grow that deficit back to the way it was prior to these significant cuts. We as a nation are decreasing our annual budget deficit by $500 billion this 2014 fiscal year, although our overall national debt will continue to increase. In 2016, our annual budget deficit will begin to increase unless we make greater cuts. Let us put this into perspective. Say I have $500 to spend for every year, but I'm spending $1,000. I realize this is a problem, so I decide to make a significant cut of 30% to my annual spending, decreasing spending to $700. This is still $200 over my budget. These cuts will decrease my annual budget deficit, although my overall debt will continue to increase. After 2 years of my significant cutbacks, I'll raise my spending back to the $1,000 every year. I'm simply asking the credit card companies to loan me more money, although I'm not increasing revenue or decreasing spending. All I'm doing is increasing my borrowing and increasing my debt. In review, our current budget is unsustainable, and without necessary changes, we'll be looking back at the hypothetical fiscal cliff as we throw ourselves off of it. Budget cuts need to be made somewhere, and with our plan of decreasing military spending, we will begin to head in the right direction. Thank you.